Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Candela. I'm a hypnotherapist and a transformation coach. Welcome to my channel. You're about to listen to a recording of one of my regression sessions. Enjoy. I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see below you.
I almost feel like I'm going underwater.
How does that feel?
It feels heavy.
So just allow yourself to become aware of what is around you, and you will be able to breathe very easily and just observe. Tell me if you notice anything around you.
I think I see fish. It looks dark.
Now become aware of why you're in the water.
I'm floating on the water now.
And what is the feeling or sensation that you get as you're floating?
I feel relaxed. Like I'm trying to keep my body straight so I can float.
Okay. Become aware if you're there to relax or you ended up in the water for a different reason.
There's supposed to be a little boat, but I can't see it.
So I'd like you to become aware of your body. As you breathe very calmly, you will just be aware of the information, but it will not bother you in any way. Become aware of your body and tell me if you're wearing anything on your body.
I can't tell. I can't see myself.
Okay. You will just get an awareness. It's almost like you float out of your body and you will just be aware. You can look down and just see what's there.
I see stripes. Like black and white stripes.
Can you see or become aware of what type of clothing you're wearing?
It feels like pants and a shirt.
Okay. Now become aware if you're in a male or a female body.
Almost feels like I'm a man.
And are you young or old?
I'm older.
About what age?
Late 30s, 40s.
Okay. And are you healthy or ill?
I'm not very healthy.
Okay. And so I'd like you to look around and see if you're close to the shore, if you can see anything else around you other than the water.
I think I see a bridge.
And can you reach it?
No, I'm in the water.
Is it too far for you to swim to?
Oh, there's lots of waves.
Okay. So just become aware of what you decide to do next.
I think I need to go away.
Go away where?
I'm not sure.
I want you to just take a moment and become clear, and the knowledge, the understanding will begin to come to you. Why are you there? Were you on the way somewhere?
I think I was trying to escape.
And the boat was going to pick you up?
I think I was on an island and I wanted to leave.
Okay. And how big is the boat that was going to get you?
It was just a small wooden boat.
And who did the boat belong to?
Another man.
Tell me about him.
He has a beard and he's wearing blue clothes and sitting on the boat.
Is he from this island?
No, he came from the land to pick me up.
How did you get in touch with him?
I think he was going to save me.
So he came just for you?
Uh-huh.
And who sent him?
I don't know.
Tell me why you are on that island.
I think I was a prisoner.
Who is holding you prisoner?
I'm not sure.
And that's all right. So as you're floating in the water, what are you deciding to do now?
I think I need to get to the land.
Are you planning to go back to the island?
No, I think I need to swim to the shore.
A different shore or the one that you came from?
It's a different shore.
And how far would the swim be?
It's not too far, but the water is very rough.
And what do you decide to do?
I think I'm going to swim.
Okay. So we're going to freeze time for just a moment. So as you take a deep breath, you're going to feel a stream of warmth and comfort flowing through you, and you will feel very safe and relaxed. And on the count of 3, you're going to see yourself back on the island, standing in front of a place where you lived or you were held. You will only observe it. It will not affect you mentally, physically, or emotionally. You will be aware of all the details, but you will just be an observer. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you see.
It's just a little tiny cell. Just a little toilet. A little bed. The walls are dark. There's a light, just a light bulb on the ceiling. It feels like it's part of a big building with lots of little cells.
As you allow yourself to walk through this building, tell me what you're observing.
They look sad.
Are there a lot of prisoners?
Yes. It's very tall. Lots of stories.
And look at the guards and describe them to me.
They're big men. They're wearing black. And they have like a club type of thing in their hand. And they're making very angry faces.
Are they wearing uniforms?
Yes.
Can you describe their uniforms?
They look like policemen, but it's all black. They have hats on and they're black.
Do they have any other weapons?
No, I don't think so.
You will hear them speak, and you will know intuitively what language they're speaking.
It's English.
Okay. And now when you hear the prisoners speak to each other or to themselves, notice what language they are speaking.
I think it's English.
Okay. And so as you walk through this prison, you will begin to get a greater awareness of how you came to be in this place, or why you are held there.
I see a lot of gold. Lots of gold coins. I think I might have stolen it. I think I've stolen a lot of gold out west.
And so on the count of 3, you're going to be taken to the moment when you were captured. 1, 2, and 3. Describe to me what happened.
It's like a saloon. And I walked outside and there's all these policemen and they were all pointing guns at me.
And describe the saloon to me.
It's on a corner. And there's these 2 doors, and when you walk in, there's like a bar on the left. There's tables on the right.
And do you see other people there?
No, it's empty. There might be a woman behind the bar.
I'd like you to go take a look at that woman and tell me what she's wearing.
She's wearing a dress.
Can you describe the dress?
It has big sleeves, and it's red and white with like laced up strings. And her hair is like curled against her head. She has brown hair.
How long is her dress?
It goes to the floor.
And I'd like you to become aware of your body and describe to me what you're wearing.
I'm like a cowboy. I have on these pants with these tassels and like a vest and a hat. And I've got like a gun on my hip and a big white cowboy hat.
And what are you doing in that place?
I think I was coming to see the girl. I wanted her to run away with me.
The girl behind the bar?
Yeah.
So you've known each other?
Yeah.
Are you close?
I think so.
Do you live in that town?
I don't know.
You'll just become aware of what your purpose is for being there and where you're coming from.
I was riding a horse into the town. I left my horse outside. I came in to see her, but she doesn't want to come with me.
Why not?
I don't know. She said she has to stay. She says I'm in trouble and she can't come with me or she'll be in trouble too.
What trouble is she talking about?
I think it's about the gold. I stole the gold.
Where did you steal it from?
I can't tell. But I know I have it hidden somewhere in bags.
So we're going to leave that time frame again. And on the count of 3, you will see yourself at the moment when you were taking the gold. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what happened.
I think I'm in a vault. And I'm trying to get all the gold in the bag so I can take it.
It's the vault of what?
It doesn't really feel like a bank. It feels more private. There's a big metal door and I think it was open and I walked in.
So for a moment you're going to be able to just roam around this space freely. And you'll be able to get a great understanding of where you are.
It looks like a very fancy house.
Who does this house belong to?
I'm not sure. Maybe like an architect.
And how do you know this person, or how do you know about this house and this gold?
I think maybe he was famous. A lot of people knew him.
And so you just decided to steal the gold?
I don't know if I came there to steal it, but when I found it, I wanted it. So I started to take it because I was there alone and no one could see me. So I thought that I wouldn't get caught.
Become aware under which circumstances you entered this house.
I think I was supposed to be a guest, but no one's there.
Is no one there because they haven't arrived yet, or they already left?
I think they left, but they were supposed to be here.
They left after the gathering, or they left early?
I think they left early.
And just become aware of what happened. See yourself arriving there at the beginning. You're greeted at the door, and what happens?
It's a very tall door. I open the door, and it's a big room. Seems like lots of big windows. There's like some sort of atrium, and there's like plants in the middle of the house. And I know that the gold is upstairs. I don't know why I need to go see the gold.
Are there any people?
No, it's very quiet. There's no people, but I want to go up the stairs and get the gold.
So did you come there when you knew nobody would be there?
I think I did. I think I wanted it to be empty.
And so go ahead and go where you think the gold is and tell me what you do.
I go up the stairs. Now I can see down into the atrium. And I go down the hallway in this door. And then I see the big vault door. It's not closed, it's open just a little bit. So I pull it open and there's gold coins. They're just all over the floor. So I have this red bag. It's like velvet. And I put the coins in the bag.
How big is the bag?
It's not very big, but I have lots of bags. And I have a wagon on my horse outside, and I start putting the bags in the wagon. It's a covered wagon. And I'm trying to fill it up with as much gold as I can carry. I think someone's going to be back soon, so I need to go.
So how many bags do you get?
Probably a dozen.
Is there any gold left?
Just a few pieces on the ground.
And so you leave before anybody gets back?
Uh-huh.
Now, do you know if it was accidental that they were not there, or it was somehow planned?
I think it was an accident. Someone scared them away, and then I showed up. And then I found the vault.
And that was accidental?
Yeah.
All right. So where do you take the gold?
I get on my horse. We start riding away. Just me and the horse.
See yourself arriving to a destination where you're going to hide the gold.
It's like a cellar. I'm trying to load it into a cellar underneath a building. There's like this little side door that goes down into a cellar, and I'm trying to unload it into there. It's dark outside, it's nighttime.
And become aware of whose building it is, or what building it is.
It's a big building, like in a city.
Now you'll be able to see some sort of a sign on the wall or on the door that will tell you what this building is. Or the knowing will just come to you because you knew to come to this building. This is a special place that you decided on. So you know why you're there.
It's gray. The big door is black. It's where people live.
How do you have access to the cellar?
I think I had the keys.
Who gave you the keys?
Maybe my job is to maintain this place. So I have the keys.
I see. And so as you finish unloading all the bags, is there any trouble as you do that?
No, I don't think so.
And what do you do after you unload the bags?
I close the doors and I ride away.
And what is your plan for the money?
I want to be with that woman. We want to be together. I want her to be with me. I wanted to have the money so we could go away together.
Do you have a place that you'd like to go to?
I don't know.
And so what do you do next?
I'm riding down the street and it's dark out. There's lanterns.
Are you heading somewhere?
I don't think so.
How do you feel about what you just did?
I think I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
I'm worried someone's going to find out that the gold is missing and they're going to look for me.
Did you leave any tracks behind?
I don't think so, but I think the kid saw me. There was a kid.
Have you done something like this before? Stealing?
I don't think so. I think that's why I'm so scared.
Okay. Just breathe freely and calmly. And I want you to become aware of what you usually do during the day to make a living.
I'm not sure. I see something with a railroad. I think they're building a railroad.
Are you one of the workers?
Yeah, I think so. It's hot. The sun's beating down.
What is your job?
I'm watching people build it on a horse. I'm making sure they do their jobs.
Do you know what your job is called?
Like a supervisor or like a foreman.
Okay. Where is this railroad going to end up? What places is it connecting?
I think we're going out west.
Okay, from where?
Somewhere in the east, a city.
Okay.
And we're going to go to the west.
And how do you feel about having this job?
I think it's a hard job. I don't really like it. I don't make enough money. All I do is work in this job.
If you could leave, where would you want to go?
Somewhere colder, somewhere quiet, somewhere with white snow and a lake.
You like snow?
Yeah, like a little cabin in the snow.
So, let's go back now to the day when you were in that saloon and you came to get the young lady that you want to go away with. So when she talks about the trouble, is she talking about you being caught for stealing?
Yeah. She's upset that I did it. She said there was another way. I didn't need to steal the gold. I thought she would want to be with me if I stole the gold.
I see. And so when you come outside of the saloon, sheriff's waiting for you?
Yes.
Or the deputies?
Yes.
And what happens then?
They're pointing their guns at me. I drop my gun. I have my hands in the air. They arrest me. And she's looking out the window and she's crying.
And where do they take you?
To a jail.
Do you have a trial?
Yes. There's a judge. I can see a judge. He's a man with white hair. He looks very serious. He's wearing a black robe. And he has a gavel. He's hitting the gavel. He's saying guilty.
What is your sentence?
I think I'm going away for the rest of my life.
That is a harsh sentence. So now let's go back to the prison. And I want you to become aware of how you came up with the escape plan.
I don't know how I know this old man with the boat. Maybe he was my friend in the prison and he got out. He was going to bring the boat back and rescue me.
So we're going to go back to the moment, the day, when this escape begins to unfold. On the count of 3, you'll just see yourself as the events begin to unfold, and they will become very clear to you step by step. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what happens first.
The guard left my cell unlocked, and I waited till it was nighttime, and I opened the door, and I snuck down the hallway, and I grabbed a lantern, and I walked out to the shore.
And why did the guard leave your door unlocked?
I think he felt bad for me,
Why?
because I didn't mean to get in trouble. I think he was my friend.
Did you make this friend in prison, or did you know him before?
No, I think I made his friend in prison. I was very nice in the prison. And I tried to be respectful. He thought I was a nice guy.
Were you sincere?
I think so. I felt really bad.
Okay. And so you get to the water, and the boat doesn't show up.
I think I see a boat, but I don't know if it's my boat. It's a little far away. But maybe there's someone else on the beach, so I need to go. So I just jump in the water and start swimming.
Do you ever get to the boat?
No, it still seems far away.
Okay. And so now we're in that moment where you're alone in the water, and the water's pretty rough, and you continue to swim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's move forward a little bit in time to the next significant thing that happens on that journey. And tell me what's happening.
I see more boats. Maybe someone else rescues me, but I don't know them.
So where do you see yourself?
On a sailboat.
And how are you feeling?
I'm not sure if they are going to take me back to prison.
So what's happening?
Yeah, we're just talking and I'm saying I'm a good person. I just made a mistake.
And what is their reaction?
They're scared of me, but I think they trust me. I think they know I won't hurt them.
And what do they decide to do?
Well, he's going to be sailing, so he says I could be on his boat until he gets to where he's going.
Where does he go?
North. Up the coast. Oregon?
Okay. So is it one man on the boat?
Yes.
What happened to the coins? Were they ever found and returned?
No, they don't know where I hid them.
So you never told them?
No. That's why they sentenced me for life. They said if I told them where the coins were, they would let me not go for so long. But I didn't want to tell them where they were.
Why?
Because I still wanted to get them and reunite with that woman.
So that doesn't seem like a nice thing to do. And it doesn't seem like when you said I didn't mean to do it, it seems like you did mean to do it.
I think I needed the money.
Alright, so going back to the sailboat heading to Oregon. So how long do you spend on this boat?
A while. I have a beard now. I feel older. Maybe a couple months.
And do you feel healthier physically?
I think so. I think it was good for me to get out of the prison. I feel better.
How much time did you spend in prison?
Maybe like a decade.
Move forward in time on the count of 3 to the point where you reach your destination. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me where you are and what's happening.
I made it to the cabin with the snow and the lake. Maybe it's Alaska.
So you had a specific place in mind, or you kind of just had an idea of it?
I think I got there and then I had to build the cabin.
I see. How much time has passed now since you escaped from prison?
It took me a long time. I think it's been another 10 years.
And so how old are you?
I'm past middle age.
Do you live by yourself?
I think I'm alone. I think I want to go find that woman.
Do you know anything about how her life went?
No. I'm very scared. that she made a life without me.
What happened to the money?
I couldn't go back to get it because I didn't want them to catch me, but it's still hidden.
And do you have any plans to look for it?
Maybe in the spring, but it's snowing and I can't leave.
And how do you support yourself?
I think I'm hunting and I'm cooking animals on my little fire. I'm just trying to support myself. There's like a little store where I can get things like salt and preserved vegetables. And I hunt for my food.
And do you have any friends or any other people you interact with?
No, I think I'm all alone.
Is that how you prefer?
No, I'm sad. I didn't want my life to be like this.
So why are you staying all alone?
I'm worried they would find me and send me back to prison, so I'm just hiding.
Do you think it would have been better if you just returned the money and got a lesser sentence and been free?
I do regret my choices. I wish I hadn't have stolen it, but I was young and I didn't know.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you're experiencing.
I'm packing up. I'm riding away from the cabin. I'm riding south on my horse. I'm heading to find the woman. And I think so much time has come by they won't recognize me. I look different now. I'm old and I have a beard.
So just move forward in time to the point that you reach the next significant event or you reach your destination. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
I see a white picket fence and a really pretty house.
Do you know who this house belongs to?
I think it's the woman. She lives with her husband and she has kids.
Is it in the same town where you left her?
I don't think so. Or the town has changed a lot.
How did you find her?
I think I saw it in a newspaper. She married someone who was very rich.
Do you see her?
I see her in the window. And she's happy.
And how do you feel about it?
So is that.
Do you approach her in any way?
No, I just look at her and she's singing. She's happy. And so I can't look anymore and I ride away.
Where do you go?
I think I get back. It's the place where I hit the gold.
And tell me what you see when you get there.
It doesn't look the same. The building looks nicer. I can't get into the cellar. I don't have keys anymore. I don't know why I thought I would be able to get the gold.
What did you decide to do?
I'm just looking at it, wondering why I did any of this. I just regret my decisions.
Is it likely that the gold might have been found?
I think so. I think it's all gone. Someone else must have found it.
And what do you do next?
I just went back to my cabin and now I'm old and I'm dying. I'm all by myself.
And I'd like you on the count of 3 to move to the last day of that life. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what you're experiencing.
I'm coughing. Coughing a lot and it hurts. And I feel weak.
Have you been sick long?
I think so. A couple months.
Is there anyone that knows that you're ill and need help?
No. I think I want someone to come to me, but they don't know where I am. I'm just laying in a bed. I'm coughing and there's blood.
So just with your next breath, allow your spirit to lift gently out of your body and begin to feel immediate relief and peace and healing. And as you float above your body and you look back at that life experience in the body you've just left, what are the first thoughts and feelings that come to you?
Regret. I think things could have gone differently, but I made a mistake. I wish I had acted differently.
And as you continue to travel towards the light, towards your soul family, you may find that you are greeted by a being or presence that's welcoming and maybe even familiar and comforting.
I think my mom is there. She's pretty.
Does she have anything to say to you?
She says I was a good boy.
How does it feel to be with her?
It feels like relief.
Is there anyone else?
I think my dad is there, but he doesn't say anything.
Now, as you look back at that life, you're letting go of your human personality. And from your soul perspective, tell me what you wanted the purpose of that life to be.
I wanted love. I wanted to make a happy life. I wanted to raise kids.
And so from your soul perspective, did you feel that it was not a successful experience?
No.
Where do you feel you went wrong, again, as a soul, reflecting back on a human experience? What were some of the missteps that you made?
I should have been okay with less. I shouldn't have wanted what other people had. She didn't want to be with me because I couldn't be happy. Not because I didn't have money. But I thought that the money would make me happy. I thought it would make her happy.
You're going to see yourself interacting with your guide, or perhaps a group of guides that are helping you make decisions about what the next step in your soul journey should be, to help you learn the lesson that you haven't successfully learned yet. You will see yourself having a discussion, sort of a meeting with them. And what is happening in this meeting?
They're telling me that I'm going to become a provider, that I'll become a father, that I'll get to try again, and this time I'll make the right choices in a different life.
Is being a provider important?
I think it is. I want to support my family. I think this time I will make them happy.
And do they show you your options as to where your next life might be? Do you get to choose?
I can see it, but I don't know if I got to choose it.
What is it?
There's lots of cars. Maybe it's like the 1950s. I'm a businessman, and I wear a suit. And I have a briefcase. I go to work in an office.
And what is the feeling that you get from that life experience? Is it going better?
Yes, I feel so proud. I have a wife. And I have a son and a daughter. I come home from work and they're excited to see me.
So it sounds like you're on the right track now.
Yeah.
Now allow all of those images to begin to fade gently as you feel yourself floating and drifting back into space, surrounded by warm towards healing light. Now carry your expression as you allow yourself to be gentle, floating through soft, drifting, floating. And when you're brought to that place, make it your floating down to the appropriate time and place. And when you reach the surface, I'd like you to tell me the first thing that you see around you, or the first impression that you get as you touch the surface.
I see myself as like a Native American woman. I'm collecting berries and seeds.
Are you by yourself?
I'm by myself, but I know where I am. I'm close to the people that live with me. I'm just out exploring in the forest.
So I'd like you to look down at your feet and tell me if you're wearing anything on your feet.
Like a closed shoe made of a hide. It's like a sandal or a little shoe made of a skin.
What color is it?
It's brown.
And does it have any laces or anything on it?
I think it has like a little piece of leather string tying it to my foot.
And become aware of your body now and tell me what you're wearing on your body.
I'm wearing like an animal skin dress, and I'm young, and I'm healthy.
About what age are you?
I'm probably 17.
And are you wearing anything on your head?
No, just my hair in a long braid.
You're collecting berries?
Yes, little red berries. And I have a little basket.
What are you going to do with these berries?
I think I'm going to bring them back to the village and we're going to preserve them and eat them.
See yourself on the count of 3 standing in front of a place where you live. 1, 2, and 3. And describe it to me.
It's like a teepee. It's not very big.
And what do you see next to it?
There's lots of other teepees. They're like in a big circle. Lots of circles.
So go ahead and enter it and describe to me what's inside.
It's just the ground and a little bed, a little figurine, like a bear that I carved.
Why did you carve a bear?
I think bears are strong. They provide protection.
Is that your personal sacred animal?
Yes.
And what do people call you? What's your name?
Nawe. They call me Nawe.
That's a beautiful name. Does it have any particular meaning?
I think it means sweet, like angelic.
Okay. And who lives in this teepee with you?
I think I'm by myself, but my parents are close by.
Why are you not with your parents?
I think their teepee is full. I have lots of brothers and sisters. I think I'm the oldest sibling.
Do you plan to find a mate?
I think I'm supposed to. I think they want me to.
What about you? Do you want to?
I think I'm okay. I think I want to be by myself. My parents think I need to find someone.
Do you have people in the village that stay by themselves?
Not girls, only the men.
And why do you want to be by yourself?
Because I like the freedom. I don't want to have to take care of a man. I just want to take care of me.
Do you have a choice in this matter?
I think my parents said it was okay, but now they're getting frustrated because They thought it was just a phase, and they thought if they let me go by myself, then I would want to be with someone.
So what happens? Do you listen to them?
Yes.
So describe to me what happens with you and potential mate.
I see a man. I do think I like him. I think he's different. He's patient and kind.
Is he from your tribe?
I'm not sure. I see him walking out of somewhere. Like through a clearing, he comes walking out towards me.
So become aware how you met or how he came into your view as a potential mate.
He came from a different place. People aren't sure about him, but I trust him.
Why did he come into your village?
Something bad happened in his village. Some people came, they burned it down, but he escaped, and now he's been wandering, looking for a new village. He doesn't have any family.
And why do the people in your village not trust him?
I think he looks different than us. He's darker. His skin and his hair is darker.
And that's why people are not sure about him.
Yes, he doesn't look like us.
Does he tell you where he's from?
No, he just tells me there was a fire and he had to leave.
And how do you know to trust him?
I just sense it in my heart. He wouldn't hurt anyone.
Do you usually check with your heart to know the truth of something?
I do.
Okay. So on the count of 3, I'd like you to see yourself having a meal. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what you're experiencing.
I'm sitting on the ground, and there's like a little bowl. There's a little bit of meat and a little bit of red berries that's just in the bowl. And I'm sitting there. He's across from me, and we're sharing our food. But no one else is with us.
Are you inside or outside?
I think we're inside a teepee. I think there's a cover.
And how are you eating this meat?
It was cooked outside, and we're just pulling it apart with our fingers.
Okay. And are the berries raw or cooked?
I've never seen a berry like this.
What does it look like?
It's red, and there's a little tan seed on the inside.
What do they taste like?
They're kind of sour.
So they go well with meat?
I think so.
And how does it feel to share this meal with him?
I feel happy.
What is his name? What do you call him?
I think I call him Yahweh.
Are you together at this point? Are you a couple?
I think we're going to be. I think there's going to be a ceremony.
Is it called a marriage, or what is it called when you have the ceremony?
I think it's like a sacred union.
And so this is your choice now to enter into this union?
Yes, I want to be with him.
Good. So on the count of 3, I'd like you to move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
We're standing up together, and people are all around us. There's music, like drumming, and there's a man with feathers, and he's leading the ceremony. We're holding hands.
You will hear this man with feathers speaking, and you will understand everything that he's saying. Tell me what he's saying.
He's chanting. He's uniting our souls with this chant.
Are there any particular words?
No, it's more just like syllables.
Okay. And how are you dressed on this day?
I have something draped over my shoulders with beads and feathers and paint on my body. It's kind of like a cape, but it's heavy. It goes to the ground. It's like a big animal skin.
And how's he dressed?
He has one too. There's paint on his face.
What does the paint signify and how does it look?
On his face it's like white, chalky paint. And on my face it's like black, inky paint. And we look like opposites.
And what does it signify?
That I can be like him and he can be like me.
In what way?
On the outside, we look different, but we're really the same.
Beautiful. And is there any particular design to the paint?
It's like lines on our cheeks and on our forehead.
What happens after the chanting is completed?
There's a fire, and we are all dancing around the fire. The smoke is going up, and it's nighttime, and you can see lots of stars.
How big is your tribe, your village?
Like a couple hundred people.
So on the count of 3, you're going to move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. What is happening?
I'm pregnant.
Is this your first child?
I think so. Because I'm nervous about having the baby.
How far along are you?
I'm very pregnant. It's getting close to the end.
And who's going to be helping you?
There's lots of women, older women. There's a special place where we go. It's like a birthing place. It's like a sacred, separate teepee. It's bigger. And to most times they say I need to go. He can't come with me. Ben can't enter this place. He has to stay outside.
And how do you feel about just your life so far?
I'm happy I married him. I'm happy we're together. I think he's going to be a good father.
So move to the time when the baby comes and tell me how that goes.
I can see myself pushing, and it's hard. Then the baby is born, and it's a boy, and they tell him, and he's very happy to have a boy. I think I'm okay. I'm very happy to have a boy, a little boy.
Why particularly a boy?
I think he wanted a boy.
What if it were a girl?
I think the boys need to hunt, and he needed someone to go out and hunt with him.
I see. So just allow those images to fade. And on the count of 3, we'll move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
Our little boy is older. He's probably 2 or 3. I think I'm pregnant again.
And how is life going?
It's good, but there's not enough food. Maybe they're having a hard time getting food. Things are not as bountiful of the meat and the food. There's less.
Did something happen? Why is it harder to get the meat?
The deer are sick, so we can't eat the deer. We have to eat something else. So we're eating like squirrels and smaller things. There's just not as much.
What happened to the deer?
I think they're dying. They have this sickness. If you eat them, you'll get sick. So you can't touch the deer. You can't eat the deer.
Is that something that will eventually go away?
I think we will move. We'll find a different place.
Move to the time when you have moved to a new place.
I see like bison. It's open. And there's like lots of grasses.
Did you have bison where you lived before?
No, I think before we were more in the woods.
Are the men comfortable hunting bison now?
I think they're learning. I think we're all learning.
How are you doing? Have you had your baby yet?
I think I lost the baby. When we were moving, something happened. I think I hurt my stomach. The baby didn't make it.
And how are you feeling now?
I feel sad because I wanted a daughter and it was a girl.
And how are you coping with it?
I think I'm quieter now, just because I'm sad.
And is your husband supporting you?
He is. He tries to understand. He wants me to be there for our son. He says he needs me. So I try and act happy for our son. But I'm sad about the girl.
So on the count of 3, just allow yourself to move gently to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
I think things are better. We're doing well. The village is growing. We're adapting to this new place. Our boy is older now. He's probably 8 years old.
Have you had any more children?
I don't think so. I don't think I wanted to try, but now I think I'm ready. Times are much better now. I feel good. I feel hopeful.
And as you look into the future, just become aware if you have another child.
Yes. I see a little girl in a blanket. She's all wrapped up.
Now as you allow those images to fade, on the count of 3, I'd like you to move to the last day of that life. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what you see.
I see my kids looking down at me.
How old are they?
The girl is probably 18, and the boy is older, and I feel happy.
Are you ill?
I think I'm just old.
Is your husband around?
No, I think he got hurt.
What happened to him?
I think he was hunting and something hurt him. He didn't make it.
How long ago was that?
It wasn't too long ago. Probably a year or 2. And I miss him.
Did you have a good life together?
Yeah.
And are your children saying anything to you?
They're saying we love you. I tell them they were the joy of my life.
As you take your next breath, just feel wonderful warm peace flowing all through you. And as your spirit lifts out of its body, you're going to be able to look back at the life that you left behind. And what are your thoughts and feelings about it?
It was a beautiful life. I was a good mother, a good wife.
And as you begin to merge more and more with your soul, you're going to be able to remember the purpose that you chose for that life. Tell me what it was.
unconditional love.
And do you feel that you were successful at that?
Yes.
Beautiful. You may find that somebody's welcoming you back, someone that is familiar to you. And tell me who you see.
I think it's my father, but he's old. And he hugs me. He says, "You did good, sweet girl."
Feel his love. Just become aware if there's anyone else that is waiting to welcome you back.
It's the daughter, the one I lost.
And how does she appear to you?
She's happy and healthy.
Does she look to be any particular age?
She's still little, maybe 4 or 5. She says, "Mama, I missed you." And I give her a hug.
And just stay in that warmth and glow for a moment. As you take your deep, deep breath, just allow all of those images to begin to fade away. Allowing all of those life scenes to begin to drift and float away. Leaving the people that we were interacting with or observing on their own journeys. I now want all of the consciousness and personality of Amanda to once again return and fully integrate back into the body. I would like to ask the higher consciousness of Amanda to come forward. May I speak to you and ask questions?
Yes.
Thank you. Now I know that the higher consciousness could have brought forward many different lifetimes for Amanda to see today. But you chose to bring forward the life of a young man who stole gold and then ended up alone. And the life of a young Native woman. Can you tell me why you picked those particular lifetimes?
To show that we have decisions to make, and they're big decisions that can affect your life.
And in what way is that significant to Amanda's current life?
I have to make important decisions for my life. I can't let other people make my decisions. I need to follow my own guidance.
Good. I'd like you to tell me, and I want to make sure that I'm speaking with the higher consciousness, what your purpose was when you were selecting this lifetime of Amanda. What is the experience that you want to have in this life?
I want to experience unconditional love for myself.
Is that a lesson or a path you have been walking through several lifetimes?
Yes.
And how has your experience been so far? Have you had successful lifetimes when you learned to come closer to loving yourself?
I think sometimes I'm close and sometimes I'm further away.
And what is it that's holding you back?
I think sometimes I feel bad that I might do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing and hurt people.
And I wonder if it's the life of the young man who made some wrong decisions that is reminding you that wrong decisions can lead to lifelong consequences.
I think so.
Okay. So I want the higher self to assist me now in helping Amanda clear and heal that part of her soul experience. because that experience was for her to learn from. It was not there to define her for eternity. As she looks at the experience of that lifetime and learns from the mistakes that the young man made, as I touch her heart, she begins to feel the center of her chest open. And there is a beautiful, beautiful, powerful flow of energy that is forgiveness. And this forgiveness begins to envelop that young man and begins to let go of the guilt and the regret and perhaps the shame and the sadness and the loneliness. Because you remind Amanda that that experience was learning. It wasn't her entire identity. And as that energy of forgiveness envelops him, she may begin to see a change in him, because the changes that she's making in the present moment are affecting all of her parts at all points of time and space on the spiral of her experience. And so tell me if you can see the changes happening in him.
He's relaxing. He's letting go. He feels lighter.
Yes. And when we relax, we can allow new opportunities to come to us. And so, as he relaxes, new doors may open and new beautiful things may become available for him to experience. And as he relaxes, it affects all parts of the soul that was him and is now Amanda. And there may be a sense of releasing that need to always make the right decision, to always make sure that your partner is pleased. Because as he relaxes, Amanda may begin to feel that it's okay once again to be herself, that she is safe. And tell me what she's experiencing now.
It feels like freedom. It feels solid, confident.
So as she heals and lets go, we're going to now send a beautiful violet light of transmutation through her body, transmuting any remnants of that energy that was holding her back. The guilt, fear, regret. Now, does it feel complete?
I feel forgiven.
And who's this forgiveness coming from?
Myself.
Yes.
My heart. I feel like I am one. I'm okay with myself.
Beautiful. This is very important because your forgiveness must come from you and not from the external sources. As this transformation and healing takes place, is Amanda now free to truly experience her purpose in this life of unconditional love for herself?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, I'd like to ask the higher self to help Amanda understand the soul contract that she has with her mother. Meaning, what is the role that they chose to play in each other's life before they entered into this life? What was the agreement that they made?
My mom loves me unconditionally, but I couldn't fully feel it or accept it. It felt wrong. like there was some separation between us. But now we feel closer because I can love myself. And I don't just need love from her. I have love within my heart for myself and my family. I can give love to my mom.
I'd like you to take Amanda to that decision point before she entered this life, where she was selecting her parents and choosing what would be the best experience for her on her soul journey. And when she's selecting her mother, I'd like you to show her why that particular decision was made.
My mom needed me. She needed to learn that she can also forgive herself and that she can love me even when I make decisions for myself.
And is there any role that she was supposed to play in your journey?
She's showing me that guilt and blame will just ruin your life. You need to find forgiveness.
I want you to create an image in Amanda's mind. Circles of light, like ripples on the water surface, that are flowing out from her, she being the center. They are spreading to her mother. And as Amanda experiences healing and forgiveness, the same energy flows out to her mother and gives her the strength to also experience self-forgiveness and self-healing. Now everyone has a free choice, and her mother can deny that opportunity if she chooses. But as Amanda goes through this healing, she can offer that energy, and she can imagine that healing enveloping her mother as well. And how does that feel?
It feels good. It feels like a sense of relief. I feel like I've done what I needed to do for her.
Good. Now I'd like to ask about intuition. Amanda wants to develop a stronger connection to her intuition. And I want to bring back that memory of the second life when she connected to her heart to check if she trusted the young man that came into their village. And she used that heart connection to know the truth of things. And that was her using intuition, wasn't it?
Yes.
So I wonder if you can intensify that experience for her and bring it to the forefront so that she can pick it up and incorporate it into her current consciousness and awareness so that she can begin to use that intuitive sense of seeing and checking the world through her heart again. And if you can, perhaps give Amanda other suggestions about how she can develop greater connection to her intuition.
Yes, I can see them integrating. I can see my heart growing stronger. I have a stronger will to know what's right for myself. Now I just need to listen. I need to quiet things in my life so that I can listen. I need to make time and space to just be with myself.
What is the best way to quiet things down and listen? What would that look like in real terms?
It would look like quietly sitting and meditating and connecting to the earth and connecting with my breath, feeling myself centered and calm and relaxed. I can feel my heart beating.
And how does that feel?
It feels stronger.
So I'd like to ask you to help Amanda. She used to leave all simple decisions about ongoing daily things to other people because she didn't want to make a mistake and she didn't want to displease them with her choice. So now that she has done this powerful healing, I want you to show her how she can express her newfound love and acceptance of self through those small decisions. Just choosing what food to eat or which restaurant to go to. Just allowing herself to make that choice for herself and make her needs and desires known. Show her how those small decisions begin to express her new self.
Be authentic. Be who you are. You're a good person and people will still love you. They love you not because of the things you do for them, but because of who you are in your heart. It's okay to have your own desires and to meet those needs and to put them first.
And what was happening when she wasn't allowing herself to speak her own truth? What was it doing to her soul?
She was making herself small, and she was resenting herself for being small.
So I want you to give her that image of just allowing her light to shine to its full brightness. It is beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
Now I would like to ask you to do a body scan for Amanda. Scan her body from the top of her head to the bottom of her feet and bring to my attention anything that's out of balance. And you can talk me through it as you go.
My heart feels big. It feels much bigger. It feels like it is taking up all of my chest. It feels good. Before it was kind of empty. Now it's full. I can breathe deep into my belly. I don't feel any tension. It just feels open.
Is there anything that needs attention?
I still feel something in my heart. It's like a pounding, but almost still just feels like a pain, like a tightness.
So I'm asking the higher self to really look at it from a soul level. Assess it and tell me what is out of balance, if anything, in Amanda's heart.
It feels like my heart is in a cage and it needs to be set free.
And why is there a cage? What's holding it?
The thoughts of others, judgment, opinions. That's the cage. But I have the key.
Mm-hmm. So what I'd like the higher consciousness to do is to appear to Amanda. And perhaps she hasn't really truly seen you yet. But I want you to truly appear to Amanda now. In your full light body. And show her what you truly look like.
I see a white robe. There's a golden thread tied around the waist. There's light all around.
How bright is the light?
It's bright white, going out in all directions.
Can you see features on the body and face?
I see a face, but I don't know if it's a man or a woman.
And what does it feel like to be in the presence of that being?
It feels awe-inspiring. It feels very big, bigger than myself. I feel protected. I feel them looking at me, watching me.
I want you to begin to sense that when you are not in the human form, that this is who you are. And so the human part is just one role that you play at this time. Just like one role was being that young man that stole gold, and another role was a woman in a village. And the one permanent part is the spirit that you're observing now. And I want you to become aware of where the power is. The true power.
It's all around me and within me. Oh.
Yep, let it out. And as you let it out, you begin to remember that that key to the cage is always in your hand. But what you then realize that you never even needed a key. Because the cage is imaginary. And just with your thought, just like that, you dismiss it.
It's gone.
Yes. And just feel that freedom and power.
I feel hot all over.
It's the energy that's flowing through you that's freed up now, that you're no longer holding it in a cage. How does the heart feel now?
It feels open. It feels like it's been released.
Mm-hmm.
It feels free. It feels like it's moving very quickly. Like fluttering about all over.
And it will settle down. It's like a bird that's released from a cage. It kind of first doesn't know what to do with itself.
Yes.
It will settle into a rhythm of trusting its freedom, of feeling that it's safe. And within the next day or two, it will find the right, calm rhythm and settle into it. I'd like you to continue with the scan and just see what else, if anything, needs attention.
I feel tension in my forehead, in my temples.
And that was a lot of release that you've experienced right now. So I want the higher self to just help open the blood vessels so the blood can flow easily and release the tension as I touch the forehead. And the head will begin to feel lighter and more comfortable.
I feel like my head and my heart are one now.
Are they feeling more settled now?
Yes.
Better? Wonderful. Now is the body scan complete?
Yes.
Good, thank you. Now before I let you go, I would like to give you one last opportunity for today to speak directly to Amanda and give her a message that she can take with her.
Stay connected to your heart. Your heart is eternal. Your soul is eternal. But this life, this will one day pass. Just enjoy it.
Thank you. So now I'm asking the higher consciousness to recede to where it belongs. With much love and thanks. for the help and information that it has given Amanda today. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you click on the bell, you will be notified of any of my future postings. Thank you. Bye.